This is the Pro Audio Suite podcast. Quick Bites.
Welcome to another Quick Bite Pro Audio Suite. This one we're going live to NAMM in Anaheim. And our man on the spot is George Whittam. G'day, George.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, good. Sounds like you're having a good time.
We are having a good time. It's a technical hurdle. Just doing something is what's seemingly simple as having a phone patch, as it were.
While not spilling your champagne.
Yes, my champagne. So, would you bring me another champagne, please?
Yes, I'll have some strawberries with that too, please.
Yeah, lovely. So
Anyway.
we're on Source Connect now via an Android phone.
We are.
And two connections, one
We
from
are.
Sydney, one from Melbourne. You're sitting in the
Right.
Grace Designs booth. Is that correct?
I am. I'm in the Grace Design suite. I'm on the lower level of their suite. No,
A suite?
I'm in their booth. They have a double wide, as they do it in Colorado.
Yeah.
They got a double wide booth, and I'm looking at their mic preamps that they lovingly create and sell in Colorado, and also right in front of me is the key studio monitors that they are. Are you the U.S. distributor?
Yeah, we distribute it in the U.S.
Yes.
They're really, really high-end Dutch-powered monitors.
Mind-blowing studio monitors
Yeah,
that
really.
look like bookshelf monitors, but they go flat down to 25.
Yeah.
Flat down to 25 hertz.
All DSP controlled.
1,500 watts of amplification per speaker.
Beautiful. And now, Evan, are you going to be talking to
Mind-blowing.
Louis Kyoto about getting those in Australia?
You know, we are just distributing them for key, which is, German and Dutch. I'm pretty sure they probably have Australian hi-fi distribution. I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know if they've talked to Lewis or not. I don't know if anybody has a relationship over there, but we're just tending to them in the U.S.
I thought you were manufacturing. Sorry, I misunderstood.
No, sir, just distributing them in the U.S. for the pro market.
Because you do know, Evan, that, you don't know, I'm going to tell you now, but the first proper preamp that I ever got, the first high-end preamp, was an M101 on the recommendation of Lewis.
That's great. Lewis is awesome.
Yeah, he's even better now.
Yeah.
So, George, what's happening at
Wait,
NAMM?
why is he better? What happened to him? How did he improve?
He's probably gone up now because I've just given him a big plug.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So what's happening at NAMM, George?
Well, we are trying with a group of three a ragtag band of three. We're trying to cover the show. 3 people is not necessarily more efficient than 2, I found out, but we're doing our best. And we've covered a few vendors today. It's been cool.
There's 3 guys and 1 phone.
3 guys, 1 phone.
Sounds like a song.
1 lady. It's actually 1 lady, 2 guys, and 1 phone. We have
A lady?
That could be misconstrued very quickly. Hello to our friends at Pornhub.
And her big pink bag.
yeah. We're adding some color, some flavors, some female fun to our ragtag group, but we're trying to find new stuff. It's a needle in a haystack sometimes. It's such a gigantic place, but the only way to do it is to wander the halls and see what comes up, because you discover things that way. Grace Design. Evan, what's your focus for the show today? Is it the whole product line or one thing in particular?
I mean, our big, sort of long, slow-moving product release right now is a high channel count monitor controller for surround work, surround post-production, film post-production, for people who are having to retool to do Atmos. So it's an Atmos friendly monitor controller.
Atmos, yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
so that's-
up to 22.2 or something like that?
What ours will do, yeah.
Yeah.
So ours does 22.2.
There was a big demand for this, I hear.
There is because all the big streaming services are now adapting Atmos.
Really?
So
Wow.
So there's going to be just loads of content, having to have Atmos stream
Very quickly.
and very quickly.
Like it's being adapted quite rapidly.
Yeah. So having a piece of hardware that makes that workflow possible sort of in one box is going to be really useful for us.
The other things featured here are definitely the preamps. The M108 is probably the thing that blows my dress up the highest because it's the most, stuff you can pack into a single rack space. I think you can possibly imagine.
Yeah, and you voice guys, you love those black Grace Design preamps. There's 8 of them now in one big black box.
Oh,
If you're running a voiceover studio and you're tracking a bunch of animation voices for an ensemble, this thing is the bomb.
Yeah.
It really is quite an impressive piece of kit.
If you're hearing some funny noises coming down the line, that's Andrew drooling on his microphone.
Exactly.
I hope you're using a dynamic mic that can handle moisture content.
No, it's an underwater mic. But Evan, what's your who do you see as your main competition in the preamp area?
Well, I mean, for years and years, like we've sort of gone neck and neck with Millennia Media, who, they're friends of ours. John LeGroux is an awesome designer and a great guy, and but when it comes to sort of going head to head in this sort of high-end 8-channel mic preamp world, especially for people doing, more sort of classical music, concert music, stuff like that, it's always kind of been Millennia or Grace. And, Millennia, they sell a lot of mic preamps. We sell a lot of mic preamps too, but they definitely have sort of cornered that market for a long time. So I think I would say that they're a competitor, but it's also such a small industry that we don't necessarily worry about trying to beat out competitors, and just more worry about staying relevant with what we do and just making sure that we're discovering interesting niches for us, and because we make quote unquote transparent mic pre's, and that's about 5% of mic pre business. Most people want to buy a mic pre that makes them sound better or makes a thing sound warmer or fatter or whatever. So the transparent sort of end of the pool is much smaller. So we've always had to branch out into other things, monitoring, instrument preamps for performance, stuff like that. So, but yeah, I would say, Millennia Media has been a competitor, I guess.
Yeah. I was going to say Millennia, but because you both work in that really super clean preamp area, it was funny because when I first spoke to Lewis, the thing that he set me up with, because I said to him I wanted something that was so transparent, so flat that, it was unaffected by anything, not colored by anything. And he said, okay, we'll buy a Microtech Gefell M930 and a Grace Design M101. And then years later, I saw that come up on a forum as one of the top combinations of mic and pre you could get.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, did you say you had some new product for NAMM?
Yeah, I mean, the new product that we're pushing right now is a large surround sound monitor controller.
It's hardcore. I mean, it's the kind of thing that
it's for
if you've got a big mixing stage, or maybe even a post-mix type place or film mix place.
Yeah, for doing post-production for film for Atmos.
Yeah.
Up to 22.2 channels.
Yeah.
Wow.
24 channel monitor mixer.
Yeah, so that's really what we're pushing right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's impressive.
And honestly, the monitoring for us is the biggest part of our business. So playback, so our stereo monitor controller, and now the surround sound monitor controller.
And you guys dipped your toe a little bit into sort of the affordable audiophile market, didn't you? With that little headphone amp you guys are making.
Yeah,
What's that thing
absolutely.
called?
That's called the M900.
The M900,
Yeah.
And then there's the baby brother of it.
No, that's the baby.
Well, that is the baby.
That's
the
the
M900
baby,
is the baby brother.
We used to have slightly bigger ones, but those are all out of production because
gotcha. This took it over.
That kind of business went away.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sort of mid-fi, hi-fi computer playback, DACs and headphone amps.
Yeah.
All that business just went down market so far that It's all just $100, $200. Yep.
Into the basement.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's not our core competency. Hey, you guys, I'm gonna have to tap out for 1 second. I have a client.
Yeah, Evan is actually here to try to
Yeah.
make money, as strange as it sounds. So
I'll
we're
try to
we're
be
gonna
right
let
back.
him go.
Go the client.
And I'm gonna hang out with you for a minute. Sitting next to me on my left is my partner in crime. You might know his voice,
Hi,
Mr. Dan Leonard.
It's Dan again. How you going, Dan?
it is. It is. Doing fine. How's things down under?
Well, actually, we're just saying about that. It's very warm. It's very warm here, and if anyone's been watching the Australian Open on television, then you'll know how hot it is.
Yes. Well, it's the middle of January and
Yeah,
it's nice
beautiful.
here, so.
So, what have you seen, Dan, that's impressed you at NAMM?
So far, it's all pretty much the same stuff. You know.
Been here too many times, I think.
Yeah. It's like, you know, there's a couple of new microphones that came out. I was just talking to the guys at Vanguard. They have a mic that just came out, and you know, mostly acoustical stuff, because I'm the guy that, when I really talk to people, I explain to them, for your voiceover studio, it's all about your acoustics.
We've seen microphones. Always we see microphones. We got a good look at GIK Acoustics, acoustic treatment, which Dan and I always like to focus on acoustic stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Because gear is sexy, mics are sexy, but a lot of people don't know the acoustics. Studio Bricks. These guys make these incredible ISO booths in Barcelona. Not only did I see them here today, but I got to assemble one with them at Joe Cipriano's house yesterday, which was a unique experience, actually having the owner of the company alongside you, basically running the show, in essence, you know?
Yeah.
That
And
was
I
fun.
got to build one at WovoCon, which was
And you
fun.
built one with Ovacon this year, yeah.
Yeah.
So Studio Bricks has been great. And then we saw our friends Michael Goodman at Mixer, the creator of MixerFace, that's Centrance.
Yeah.
Centrance, they have a new mono channel version of that little MixerFace mic preamp mixer. So it's not really a mixer.
No,
It's really the MicPort Pro 2.
It's an expanded MicPort Pro. It's
Just a really high quality mono mic preamp with built-in battery that can run on an iPhone or an Android or
Right.
Windows or Mac.
Yeah, for all you traveling people that have to record while traveling.
You poor suckers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I pity the fools. So that pretty much wraps up what we've seen today. We have a whole day tomorrow of coverage to do. So we do hope to discover some new cool stuff.
Well, that sounds like a wrap from NAMM, I'm guessing. So, George, thanks for your time. Thank you, Dan. And please thank Ewan from Grace Design.
Nice to talk to you.
That's George and Dan from the NAMM show in Anaheim, California.
Signing off.
That was the Pro Audio Suite. If you have any questions or ideas for a show, let us know via our Facebook, the Pro Audio Suite Podcast.
Yeah.